A June breeze blew gently through the chilly Edinburgh air, but it was not enough to dispel the shockwaves that were spreading through the Outlander fandom. Social media seemed to explode after a 90-second video clip, a clip that Sam Heughan himself posted to his personal Instagram, with the caption, "I never thought I would do this. But it's time to tell the truth." In the video, Sam sits in front of a roaring fireplace, his face pensive, his eyes filled with a deep sadness. His voice is slightly hoarse, as if he has had a sleepless night. And then, with just one short sentence, the entire Outlander world is shaken. "I'm leaving Outlander, forever." Just one sentence, but it was like a bolt of lightning that ripped through the calm sky. Fans everywhere, from the US to the UK, from Japan to Brazil, were in a state of utter shock. Some cried, some were angry, and most couldn't believe what they had just heard. Sam Heughan, Jamie Fraser, the soul, heart and immortal symbol of Outlander for more than a decade, said goodbye? No way. He said he loved this character like he loved himself. A fan shared, tears welling up in his eyes during a TikTok livestream. 2 days later, Sam appeared at an emergency press conference in London. The press crowded together, fans crowded outside the hotel. But instead of avoiding it, he stepped on stage with a warm smile, and revealed news even more shocking than his exit from Outlander. "I'm not retiring from cinema. Instead, I'm starting a whole new journey. I've just signed on to produce and direct an Outlander prequel. And yes, I'll be playing Jamie Fraser's father, Brian Fraser." Once again, the room fell silent. Then it exploded, clapping, cheering, screaming in unspeakable joy. The idea of a mature, composed Sam Heughan playing the father the audience had only glimpsed in a few brief scenes, was an unexpected gift. Sam recounts the process that led to this decision. During the filming of the final season of Outlander, he felt a shift in his soul. Jamie had reached the end of the story. "I didn't want to be a carbon copy of myself. I wanted to continue to inspire, but in a different way, deeper, more personal, more creative." And as fate would have it, the Star's writing team also conceived a prequel called Fraser: The Beginning, telling the story of Brian Fraser's youth, the formation of the Lollybrook clan, and the tragic love affair with Ellen Mackenzie, Jamie's mother. What's even more amazing is that Sam will not only direct, but also co-write and co-executive produce, marking a major turning point in his artistic career. The big question: what about Katrina Balfe? Sam smiled slyly and replied cryptically, "I can't give away everything, but you might recognize a few familiar faces in the flashbacks." Soon after, Katrina posted a photo on Instagram, with nothing but a heart emoji and an image of Sam standing on set, holding a script, her hair tousled by the wind. Fans speculated that she would make a major cameo, or even direct a few episodes. Excitement peaked when Starz announced that the prequel would air globally in early 2026, with the first teaser coming as soon as next month. Entertainment news outlets hailed the move as a smart, bold and emotional move by Sam Heughan. Not only did he step out of his own shadow, but he also carried a piece of the Outlander legacy along his own creative path. Fans, after the initial shock, have now not only accepted the change, but are eagerly awaiting it. One older viewer tweeted, "Jamie Fraser will always be Jamie. But I'm excited to see Brian Fraser, through the eyes and heart of Sam Heughan." In an exclusive interview with the BBC a few days later, Sam revealed a rare moment of raw emotion. "I will miss Jamie for the rest of my life. But what struck me most was the feeling that I wasn't saying goodbye, I was just retelling the story from another chapter." And perhaps that was the real shock, that the man named Sam Heughan was never leaving Outlander. He was just continuing it, with a new, more powerful pen than ever. That morning, on a lush green hill near the Highlands, the main setting for the first few seasons of Outlander, the production team quietly set up their cameras. There was no noise, no press, just the sound of birds and the wind blowing through the fairy tale valley. Sam Heughan, his brown hair neatly cropped, wearing a dark 18th century wool coat, stepped out of the makeshift tent. It was the first day of filming on Frasier. The beginning. Sam could not hide his emotions. In a quiet moment between breaks, he wrote in his director's diary, "It feels strange. I am no longer Jamie Fraser. Today, I am Brian. But every beat is Fraser's, Scotland's, memories. I am not acting, I am living." What no one expected was that around 2 p.m. that afternoon, a black car quietly pulled up in the distance. From there, a woman in a long brown coat, her hair tied back, her face hidden behind dark glasses, stepped out. The technical crew held their breath as she approached the director's tent, Katrina Balfe. No one knew she was coming. No one on the crew, apart from Sam and the executive producer, had been warned. And no one knew she was not here to visit, but to film her first scene as Brian Fraser's mother. A stunning twist to the script. Katrina was playing Lady Moira Fraser, Brian's mother, a noblewoman of noble birth and dark secrets who had shaped the Fraser family's destiny. Sam stepped out of the command tent as he heard Katrina's soft laugh. Their eyes met. For a moment there was no Jamie, no Claire, no Scotland or the century. There were just two people who had been through more than a decade of acting together, ups and downs and rumors, standing face to face in a moment of peace. "You never asked me to play your mother," Sam said softly, his eyes shining. "Because I knew if you did, I would say no," Katrina replied, half joking, "but I came because this is your story. And maybe ours." The cameraman captured their first scene together, a brief flashback, where Lady Moira holds baby Brian in her arms by candlelight. Though it was only a few minutes, the director of photography choked up. There was no dialogue, no music, just Katrina's eyes and Sam's hands, and Fraser's world came to life. That evening, the crew gathered around the campfire to celebrate the first day of filming. Sam raised his glass of whiskey, looked around at his close associates, then stopped at Katrina. "I think, in fact, we never left Outlander. We just found a new way to tell the story. And with each familiar face that returns, the story becomes more complete." Katrina smiled, nodding in agreement. Even though she didn't say it, everyone felt it. This wasn't just a cameo. This was her tribute to Sam, and to the entire youth they had written together. International media immediately discovered Katrina's presence and spread the news at breakneck speed. Fans were in an uproar, from Claire to Jamie's future mother-in-law. Katrina is so talented. Fraser, the beginning is not just a prequel. It's a sequel to our hearts. Sam, in a short interview that followed, concluded with a promise. "I promise, what you are about to witness will be beyond your imagination."